What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what's going on with the pre-market right now. Before I say anything about what's going on with the data that just came out and what you should be watching for in the price action, let me just mention a couple of things real quick. Firstly, I'm not a financial planner. Take none of this as financial advice whatsoever. And also, guys, don't forget about the Webull link. If you deposit any amount of money, you're guaranteed up to 12 free stocks, each worth up to $3,000. Now, anyways, let's talk about Tesla, what's going on right now. It's up about 1.86% in the pre-market, and so far the news that came out has helped the market hold up. First off, we have initial jobless claims that just came out. The actual number was 229,000 versus a consensus of 245,000. A little bit lower than expected, but not too horrible overall, and a little bit higher than the previous report, which is still pretty decent for the market. GDP numbers are due to come out too. So far, a little bit higher than expected. You can see right here the quarter over quarter second estimate. And on top of that, things so far are pretty decent. Nothing too horrible so far. And you can see right here the U.S. Department of Labor reported initial jobless claims at 229,000 for the week. Now, as far as Tesla goes, we have some news about how the U.S. transportation Secretary says that there is a real concern over Tesla's autopilot. This was some negative news that came out, but this came out a little bit earlier as many politicians got involved. Not too horrible, and it's not really trumping the price action for now. Some bullish news that came out was that Tesla saw over 1,400% increases in the UK vehicle registrations in April. So another very bullish piece of news. Once again, lots of people in Europe are buying these Teslas, especially the Model Y. It is extremely popular over there, and we're continuing to see some good signs thanks to this price action. Finally, let me just add that when it comes to the Cybertruck interior, there have been some photos that were leaked. And this is once again making people very excited about the Cybertruck. I'm very excited too about it. And more information like this is once again great news. It looks very nice just looking at these pictures. I mean, the steering wheel looks really, really cool. And this user interface is very awesome too. So, once again, awesome news. And last but not least, we have the debt ceiling. So far, the news is saying that progress has been made, as McCarthy and Biden have stated, but they don't have a deal just yet. And if they do announce a deal tomorrow, that's going to be much, much, much better. We're just waiting for that. So please be very patient. And I'm really hoping we get a deal tomorrow. Okay, that's what I'm hoping for. I hope they announce an agreement. If they don't, that could be very bad for the markets tomorrow. But if they do announce it, that could be very, very promising. Now, anyways, let's talk about the charts. As I mentioned before, we had a lot of bullish divergences on SPY and the QQQ. And on top of that, NVIDIA had a crazy run. NVIDIA is up 29% in the pre-market. Market opens in about half an hour. It's still up pretty big, and it's going to likely continue to see lots of buyers going forward. I don't see it just like crashing from here. I think it's going to hold up and people will continue to buy into it. It could pull back just a little bit, and this will have somewhat of an effect on the market, but overall, looking pretty solid. As for Tesla, in the pre-market, Tesla's up almost 2%. We're currently at about a share price of 186. So I want to just remind you guys that if you're watching Tesla, don't forget about the pre-market action. Tesla's actually losing a little bit momentum right here, right? To start off the day, it's losing some momentum as the MACD is getting very close to a crossover. It's getting very tight because Tesla's fighting resistance between 186 to 187. So it's kind of fighting this resistance. If it does break above this, the next level to watch is going to be about 189 to 190 flat, specifically around 190. And if it breaks above 190, then we could see Tesla fly to about 193. Now, if Tesla ends up cooling off, watch support around the 50 EMA around this 184.76 level. If it breaks below that, there's 181 to 180, followed by 178 and then 176, which is where the previous imbalance zone was. So those are just some other levels to watch for if it does end up seeing some downside. But what do I think is happening for now? For now, we're going to see a slowdown in momentum. It's going to slow down just a little bit as we open because it's fighting this resistance around this 186. but the market's still looking more bullish, so there's a good chance Tesla is going to try to fight for the upside, and it could try to make its way up to the 190 area with this current setup. It may cool off in the morning thanks to this MACD for now once the market opens, but overall it's still looking pretty healthy. So make sure you watch the levels I mentioned, and it does have potential to try to push up from here and get a really, really nice bounce. It is going to gap up, so be careful with that gap. Make sure you watch these support levels carefully, especially the 50 EMA on the 30-minute time frame. And I want the best for everyone, okay? Thank you all so much for listening. Have an absolutely awesome trading day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.